Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Arshiya, Jabeen, student of BBA second year, and my today's topic is compensation and its principle of wages and salary. What is compensation? Compensation means the reward that is received by an employee for the work performed in an organization or additional payment to the employee. Uh, if the employee work in the organization and they get overtime work and extra work, then they will get a compensation. Compensation includes payments like a bonus, profit, overtime pay, uh, and sales commissions, etc. This is called compensation. What are the objectives of compensation? First, to recruit and retain qualified employees. The employer should find a correct person in a correct position. In the organization, an employer should improve working condition of the employee, conducting multiple tasks, skills, and training in the organization, and paying overtime to their employee. Then, to increase and maintain morale. Morale means confidence. So employer should make people feel more confident and cheerful. If the if the employer feel low in the organization, then the employer should encourage her and increase their confidence to work. Then to determine basic wages and salary. Here, basic salary is the rate of pay agreed upon by an employer to an employee. This is not include overtime or extra compensation. Then to reward for job performance. If the employee did a good job in the organization, then the organization should reward that employee in the form like gifts, give a handwritten note, offer cheer messages, etc. Then types of compensation. There are two types of compensation: direct compensation and indirect compensation. Indirect compensation, the first is pay base. What is direct compensation? I want to know. Direct compensation is a money which is directly paid to the employee, like wages and salary. Base pay, the basic amount of money that someone is paid for doing a job. In base pay, there are two: wages and salary. Initiatives. What is initiatives? Initiatives means additional pay or bonus paid to their employer. Initiatives include commission, piece rate, bonus, stock options, profit sharing, gain sharing. Then indirect compensation. Indirect compensation means non-cash benefits provided to an employer. Like if the employee is sick or go on holiday, vacation, etc., then the organization pay indirect compensation to their employees. Then this include insurance plans, security plans, employee service, etc. Then wages. Wages means a fixed regular payment earned for a work or service. Typically, wages is based on daily or per an hour or weekly basis. Wages is paid based on a labor is work, how much time per hour or weekly. That basis wages is paid to the labor. Types of wages. There first is salary wage, hourly wage, and overtime wage, retroactive pay, commission, bonus pay, severance pay. Severance pay means compensation given to the employee who is laid off, whose job has to be eliminated. If the employee should be eliminated, then the organization should pay severance pay to the employee. Occurred time of pay. Occurred time of pay means it is a leave that employee occurs during the year. Uh, Employee take a leave in a year, that leave that the organization should pay occurred time payoff and tip wages. Then salary. What is salary? Salary, it is a fixed amount of money or compensation paid to an employee by an employer in return of work done. Salary is a fixed amount which is already written in the contract of the employer. It is paid to the employee at the end of the month, and especially it is paid to a professional or white collar workers. structure of salary designed for each job level vector. Salary is given according to the position of the employee. If there is an employer and there are 10 employees, so the employer salary is more compared to their employees. Then the last, principle of wages and salary administration. What are the principles? First, differences in pay should be based upon variation in job requirements. If an employee is, if the employee do a great job in the organization and in higher position, then their pay should be indifferent. If the employee is in high position, their pay also be high. Then next, wages should be in line with that prevailing in the labor market. Wages should be equal. What are the wages given to the labor market? That wages is equal to in the organization also. Equal pay for equal work. If the two employees are working in the organization and one is getting more and another is less, that another one dissatisfied. So if equal pay for equal work. There should be recognition for individual differences in ability and contribution. If an employee have an ability to do more work and all, so the organization should must encourage her and motivate her. And then next, there should be established structure for redressal of wage complaint. If the if the labor want to complain about wages, he or she want to increase their wages, so there should be a procedure through which they can go. And then wages should ensure a reasonable standard of living for worker and his family. Wages should be paid to the labor at that the standard of living should be increased. That much should be paid to the labor. Wage structure should be flexible. Flexible means changeable. Wage structure should be changeable. At any time, they can change, increase or decrease the wages. Wage committee should be appointed for revision of wages. If the organization wants to increase or decrease in a wages, there should be a committee through which they can go and take opinion to the members, and then they can increase or decrease the wages. Thank you. Principle of wages and salaries administration. Thank you.